This is our article that's pretty meaty. We're all going to have our say in this one. So, okay. So, Tuesday was an interesting day for GameStop. 257. So, we all talked about how Schumacher and something global, so I can't remember the other company. Basically, one of these companies owns Hot Topic and Spencer's and Staples, and the other one owns Chuck E. Cheese and Claire's and Redbox. Both these companies were bidding for GameStop. Tuesday, they announced, well, pretty much it sums up is that they weren't offering GameStop enough money for their franchise, well, for their stores in general, for the company in general. So they backed out of the deal completely, and they said GameStop is no longer for sale, and their stock literally fell through the floor.
Well, it kind of reminds me of the meme. I don't know if anybody's seen it, but hey, we're trying to sell our GameStop company. It's worth $4.2 million. We'll give you $15. Yeah, that kind of thing. I mean, anybody who's gone to GameStop is trying to trade things in. Like, actually, for instance, I bought Red Dead Redemption 2, and I know I'm probably going to get chastised for saying this. I didn't like it at all. I traded it in probably the first... Yeah, please. Traded it in the first week, I think, and I got $22 for it, I think.
Oof.
You didn't like what?
Ball peen hammers in my face.
Put it back up. Pull it back up.
It's hammer time.
Finish your conversation.
Anyway, I thought the game was mediocre at best, and the fact that you have to travel, I don't know, an hour, you're literally walking or horseback. If it's horseback, it's a half hour. And the fast travel only works one direction.
And then if
this is beyond the top.
Then you accidentally kill your horse, and then you just...
Yep.
Yeah. What do you mean accidentally? You mean riding completely fine in the middle of the street with nothing happening, and then your horse just falls over for no reason?
Yep.
No, I accidentally rode it off a cliff that I didn't see.
It was the Wild West speed bumps.
Mine runs into trees.
But yeah, no, GameStop is just going to continue to dig themselves in their own personal grave, so to speak, in my opinion.
Yeah, they will. Yeah. So the stock dropped 27% within a couple minutes because I think the investors that were left were like, "You're not selling, huh? Well, that's nice knowing you. Bye."
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like I said, part of me knows that GameStop's actually eventually going to go downhill. Like I said, because when I worked at GameStop, like I worked there for 3 days out of the year, because they decided they couldn't fill me in for any more than 3 days out of the year. So when I worked there, it's like even those days they're completely dead, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we don't want you to work Black Friday. It's the busiest day ever." I worked there Black Friday. I saw nobody.
Really?
Nobody. I walked in and said, "I can literally buy anything at this point." I walked in and said, "Give me that Yeti mic." They go, "All right." I got the Yeti mic. I got it for Black Friday price with a discount, from employee discount, 15% on top of Black Friday price. I'm like, "Yeah, all right." And a game I'm never going to play. Awesome.
And then they come out with the Far Cry edition.
Yeah. But I don't know. I foresee, like I said, I know they're eventually going to go downhill. Like I said, a lot of companies are doing that. Like, FYE is another one in my book.
I'm surprised they're still around.
I don't know how they're still around.
Like, literally, they closed down so many FYEs. I don't understand how they still have one store open in our area. Like, is it still one or is it two?
Two.
Two.
The Crystal Mall and the Work Mall.
You have to look at it by performances. That store could be performing extremely well.
Which is true, but like, I'm a vinyl person. I actually, most of the music that I buy now, I also have Google Play Music because it goes with YouTube. But
Yeah, I'm right with you now with that.
I buy vinyl a lot. I don't get CDs or downloads. I just buy the music in vinyl. And it's significantly cheaper, usually buying it from the band's website. Or what is it? What's it on Bandcamp, I think? I don't remember what it was called. But buying it from the band's website.
The stores are ridiculous.
Yeah, it's significantly cheaper. You usually don't pay for shipping. Taxes, you don't really pay for. You go to FYE, like, for instance, I bought the new AFI CD, the Blood album.
Nice.
And I got the special edition one where the album looks like blood. It's friggin' sweet. I paid 15 and change for it. You go to FYE, it's 29.
Yeah, I would actually recommend.
Nobody said it was a good store. I'm just.
I would actually recommend Newberry Comics. They've pretty much gotten rid of their CD section, and it's all vinyl.
That's where I got my Green Day Dookie album.
The whole store is vinyl now.
I listened to it a couple weeks ago.
And they have good prices. Yeah, and they have a whole sale section too, which is great.
It's awesome that they brought back vinyl.
Yep.
Absolutely.
I'm still. It's gonna happen.
I won't go to vinyl.
It was $99 in Audio Technica.
Oh no, I know. Yeah,
Believe it or not, actually, if you go to Books A Million, they do sell vinyl there, and some are overpriced, but sometimes you find a good deal.
See, I can't go back to vinyl. I never had vinyl. I never want to go to vinyl. I have Spotify. Spotify is all I need, and
I get Spotify from my school.
Yeah, but you're not loading up the record in your car. So
I'm telling you right now, Ben. You get yourself a decent sound system. Vinyl sounds better than anything else.
It does. It
amazing.
sounds amazing.
It does.
Yeah.
The only thing retro I will ever get, and which I probably still haven't, I just don't think my bed is retro.
Player?
Is retro systems. Like I have a Nintendo 64 thanks to Johnny Webb. I have an Xbox 360. Then I also have a PlayStation 2 Slim. I eventually want to get a couple more, just to say I have it.
He's gonna get an Atari 7800.
No, I ain't getting an Atari. Then I could get that mall game. Like, hey, get over here! Hey, get over here!
Somebody get this boy a virtual.
No, but that's just as good as.
No, I want a
NES.
GameCom.
It's got the same.
Oh,
it's got
God.
the same CPU.
I literally want a GameCom. I want to go to Jedi Collectibles. Oh my
That's not
gosh.
around anymore.
The Atari 7800 has the same CPU that the original Nintendo has.
I want to go to Toy Vault and get that GameCom.
Oh.
Because I remember having like 4 GameComs.
You don't want the Soldier Boy game system? What was it called? Soldier game?
Soldier whatever?
Dude.
It's called the Wish.
Don't buy that. You might be thrown in jail with him by the time they get done.
Yeah.
Gonna take everything that idiot's worth.
So the problem with this GameStop closing, possibly, is that GameStop bought EB Games, Babbage, Fungoland, eBoutique, like everything in the States. So we don't have anything else in the States here. We just have GameStop.
Amazon, dude. You get anything you want from there. That's where I get my
yeah, but
anime.
people want to be able to go shopping sometimes.
Yeah.
Besides stay at home.
And it's funny you should mention
so
that.
what I do is I go out and I get an Amazon card and I look around Walmart for
No.
Anyway, so
I bet you anything Amazon ends up bailing them out and buying them.
I'm very
Think about
surprised.
it. Think about it.
Well, when they go down to like $1 a share, they might go, you can have it for a slice of pizza, man. You can have it for a slice of
They'll
pizza.
sell it on Amazon for people to buy.
Yeah.
You feel bad. We'll give you the whole pizza, okay? Yeah, that's how it's going to work.
No, it can't be the whole pizza. It has to be a share of the pizza.
Am I the only
Just
one
the
who
middle.
thinks that
Yeah.
50% of the problem was the lack of goodwill from the people who shop there? Like, I don't like going to GameStop because of the stories I heard about how, like, instead of donating games, they scratch them up and destroy them and throw them in the
They don't do that anymore, though.
No, they don't do that.
All right.
Oh, anymore because they got caught, dude.
All right,
Act like they stopped for a reason.
Grim. When I started working GameStop for those 3 days out of the year, they said they stopped doing the trash in the disc, trash in the games, they stopped doing that like 2, maybe 3 years prior to that. So it was a while back ago. So a lot of those videos you see are from GameStops. We either have the idiots who run it who don't know what the hell they're doing, or you have the GameStops who are so stuck in the past they forgot what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But the policy,
They did it, and that's what pisses people like me off. Is that they used to do it. Oh well, we don't do it anymore, but we did it for like 15 years because we're dicks.
About 8 years ago or 9 years ago when I lived in Florida, I knew a guy who ran one of the GameStops in Orlando.
Cool dude.
And he was a really cool dude for sure. And when they got rid of stuff, he sold me like a Warhammer strategy guide for a penny. So it still went out of their margins. I've only paid a penny for it. They threw stuff away, but they never destroyed it. They said, "Hey, you want this
that's the
stuff?"
way to do it.
When I worked there, what they did literally, they someone come in with a Nintendo 64 console,
Donate it, like I said.
and they'll go
to needy children and stuff. Come on.
They'll go, all right. So they go, we can't sell this because it's going to cost a penny. So they put it in a box. They go, where's it go? They go, goes to a warehouse, and the warehouse takes it, and the warehouse delivers it to other places that are in need of it. So they deliver either to another GameStop or to another place that's going to need it. Say like another game store. And they'll sell it to them for not just a profit, probably cheap, just sell it for them.
They sell it because they can't sell it.
Yeah, I agree that because what they did is criminal in my book for gamers, but they haven't done it in a while, and they set this up for failure. Yes, Grim, you're all right. They set us up for failure when they did that. But I'm not blaming that for the failure of GameStop. I think I have my other reasons, and it's probably not.
There's multiple reasons, Ben. That's just one of the many.
I know, and my
fans.
my reason is, like I said, and it's probably not right in my head, but when they started basically changing GameStop, when I worked there, it was a game store. It wasn't a trinket in game store.
Well,
And
that's the only reason why I go in GameStop nowadays.
They have thinking.
Yeah, that's the only reason why I even go in there.
But it all depends on the GameStop you go to, because every section either has a large section of trinkets or a small section of trinkets. Like if you go to the one in the mall, all right, you have a large game section and a small section of, I think, geek. And you go to
The one near my house is like literally half and half.
Yeah.
It's pretty nice.
And
They
you
call
go
them
to-
like 50-50, 75-25 type.
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
actually call
and
them.
I don't know. I don't think that's a seller. Unless they make it think that GameStop becomes Think Geek,
But
just Think Geek.
But I
period.
can tell you
That'd be
personally,
perfect.
because I can get all the games mostly digital. Anything else I can get cheaper on Amazon. So I literally only come in there for strategy guides and merch.
Why are you buying strategy guides? I mean,
Well, no, not like not typical strategy guides. I'm talking about like I have like the super special edition with all the art and everything
Alright,
of Zelda,
alright. I get
and
it.
I have all the special editions of Diablo. I have all the special editions like what other game?
Well, then again,
Dark Souls.
Then again, you'll buy freaking books because you're a reader. Readers for prisoners.
Ben, the last time I went to GameStop to buy a game, I literally had to listen to the dude ask me 15 questions.
Okay, again,
That's the kind of thing that gets me out of the store. And I know it doesn't happen everywhere, but you add that with like not giving any good prices for used games, buying a used game that's like $58 instead of 60, like them taking a game and putting it into a demo thing, or taking a game out of a case and then selling it new. Like they get a game and
but okay, well there's
they put it
reason.
in a case and
There
wrap
is
it,
reason
so-
behind that, though, Grim.
I get
I
that, but
hate
what I'm
that.
saying to you is all those things to the public eye add up to people going, GameStop, I'm not going to
Yeah, I get that. I do
and
get
that's
that.
what kills them.
But what gets me is, like I said, as much as Nate says that it's a digital market
Yes.
and you can buy stuff at Amazon for cheaper, it is going to affect the way gamers buy games. So because GameStop was at one point the place to buy games, you went there for midnight releases. You went
They
there
were
for
blast.
They were fun.
for
Yeah.
consoles. You went there when you traded stuff in to go towards a console. Like my Xbox One cost me $10
Yeah, but
because I traded everything for it.
you want to be able to
Everything.
get something for it though. They're not giving people quality. Like you're not
Now,
getting,
well, now they're not, because obviously there's a lost profit somewhere, and I
Plus, how much did you trade to get that? You traded probably.
I traded
$1,000
in
worth
a
of stuff
God of
for, like,
War
$30,
PS3
$300.
God of War PS3 edition, and then an Xbox 360, and then I had about a handful of games, and then I forget what else I had, but I had credit on my GameStop card before, because I would get games, beat it, hold on to it for a couple of months, and if I wanted to keep it, I'd keep it. Otherwise, I got rid of it.
So you dropped 2 old systems and probably a stack of 15, 20 games.
just for one system.
But
But-
play for an Xbox, to pay for an Xbox.
Because it was a deal. It was like 25 to 35% extra store credit when you trade in towards an Xbox One. It was when it first came out.
I don't see that as a deal.
The only time I ever got a deal was when I got rid of my Wii U and 2 games and paid for 95% of my Switch.
Well, again, I paid $10 for my Xbox One, so it was a pretty good deal.
Well, it's more than just even the ability, to trade things in. Now you have websites like G2A,
Yeah.
places that sell CD keys, games for cheap. Like I think you can get Resident Evil 2 for
You can get The
like
Witcher for $20.
something dollars.
Yeah,
if
I
you want
think
a
it's-
digital copy.
I think it's $54 at G2A right now.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I mean. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. You don't get the shiny case. I get that. I personally like digital. My hard drives are all massive.
Me
It
too.
doesn't matter.
What happens if you lose that though? Is it still on the cloud?
No, oh, not the hard drives. I like digital.
But no, yeah. Most of the stuff, especially if it's DRM free, you get the CD keys stored in your account. Like if you order it off of Amazon. I used to love pre-ordering games on Amazon because they give you a wicked discount on top of it already being
G2A.
cheap. And yeah, they save all the CD keys and stuff in your account and just press the button.
You can buy it for $56.58 on G2A. Google Key for Xbox.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah, so I mean, so and anyway, so to react with that, because Ben, you work at GameStop what 3 days a week, 3 days a year.
3 days a
Well,
year.
I
3 days a year,
cannot
folks.
keep track, but yeah.
He worked there, got a discount, got to rent the games, but never actually worked there.
All right, so I have an associate that works under me, right? He works at GameStop too, and I asked him, and he said, "Yeah, that whole rigmarole." He's like, "Yeah, they really push us." What do you call it? He's like, they do. What do you call it? They do grade us and that and everything else.
Yeah.
So he said they really do push. You do have to ask 1,000 questions. And he said, I don't like doing it, but he said, but we have to.
No. They never did.
I just recently.
Well, he
purchased,
works there like 2 days a week normally.
Like
Okay,
now.
even when I worked there, they never did that to me. They literally, I literally was on the floor, upselling and selling and selling. I'm a seller when I'm like, I literally had a lady come in and bought an Xbox One and a PS4 in one day just right off the back. And she's like, I wasn't going to buy all this. I said, your son will appreciate it. Buy it. And she's like, all right, I'm going to buy it. Minecraft Edition, Xbox One, and then a not Call of Duty. It was Star Wars Battlefield, PS4 Battlefront.
Star Wars Battlefield
Edition.
Star Wars Battle shit because
And then she bought an Xbox Live year and the PlayStation 1 year, so she spent about $1,000 in one shot.
That's ridiculous.
I can get people to buy stuff if I talk them into it. Isn't that right, Bazinga?
Yeah.
I mean, after all, you bought a phone. You bought.
They walk up in beds like they don't feed us if I can't sell anything.
But there's nothing really too enticing to get me into GameStop. Like I usually used to always go into GameStop when there was actually deals.
Yeah.
Nowadays, there's a GameStop near our Cold Stone. The only time I actually go to GameStop is if we stop at Cold Stone. I'm like, let's just pop in and see what kind of merch we can find at GameStop real quick, and that's it.
The only thing right now, merch-wise, I want is the Negan bat. That's it.
Yeah.
So when they start closing their doors and say we're gonna start discounting stuff, be damn well sure I'm picking up that Negan bat with the blood on it.
So I personally think so. What do you think in a hypothetical situation is going to happen in the next 6 months? I personally think we're going to see record numbers of GameStop.
6 months?
Within 6 months, we're going to see record numbers of GameStop start closing.
You really giving it 6 months?
Yes.
Either close
No,
or they're
it's not
going
gonna
to
be
get a
6
deal they
months.
can't
If
refuse.
it's even 6 months, it might even be way shorter than that.
Yeah, I don't even give it 6 months.
Yeah.
Unless they get a crazy deal.
Unless they get a new CEO that doesn't have his head up his ass.
Well, yeah, you got to
that
remember.
somehow makes a miracle.
Ben, you got to remember.
Yeah.
Okay, their stock was. If you just look at their stock, I don't know if you want to bring it up, Bazinga. Their stock literally dropped 27% within a couple minutes,
right.
and that's only in one day.
Well, you're
It
very-
dropped way worse than that in the days before that.
Well, you're very gracious to give it 6 months because you know why I give it? I give it max 3 months.
Okay.
I meant max 3 months, and I said what I
I
really
want to point out that a week ago everybody was against me when I said this thing would be dead in the water within a couple of months, and now everybody's jumped on the boat.
Well, because
Well,
no buyer.
you said that there was going to be no more GameStop. We were saying there'll be something. There will be something, but not a GameStop.
see what I'm hoping for.
I was
Oh my God.
No one was going to buy any of it, and no
That-
one listened to me, and no one's buying anything.
So bring up like in the last year.
Today.
Yeah,
So my thought,
YTD.
what I want them to do, and is
Wow.
That's substantial.
Wow.
I mean, granted, $16 a share wasn't all that terrific either, but that's a substantial hit.
If you want to share it with MoviePass.
Fair.
see
I
what
Free Pass was dead too. You believe me on that one.
What I want them to do, and this is just my thought process. I like ThinkGeek. I like ThinkGeek stuff. What I want them to do is ThinkGeek owned by GameStop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can ThinkGeek venture on their own? And
No, they're
No,
not.
they-
They're
They're not
completely-
anymore.
No, they are owned by GameStop.
They can't. Yeah, they can't.
They won't survive without
All right, close the
GameStop.
fuckers down. Done. I'm over it.
Come over to the dark side, Ben. Agree with.
Well, I get digital now. Like I said, I had this talk with RGA, Retro Game and Arts last night when they're doing Resident Evil 2. He was talking about I bought the physical copy. I said I get the digital copy because I like the fact when you plug it into the system, you're not loading off a disc at first. It just loads up, and I feel that it runs smoother. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I feel that when you have a digital game, it runs a lot smoother and it has it already there.
Well, it depends on your hard drive.
Yes, very true.
I have
Very
an
true.
external hard drive.
Well, no, it depends on what type of I run the
speed.
games I play a lot on my SSD,
Absolutely.
and they load like that.
Okay, so without giving my secret away, I returned a 1 terabyte hard drive to a store saying I didn't have a receipt and got a 2 terabyte and paying $10 extra. So, in some sense, whatever it was, it's a good 2 terabyte hard drive, and it's their loss.
I mean, I go through, actually, I like my games that I play a lot are on an NVMe drive, a PCI Express drive. The games that I play, sometimes are on a regular solid state drive.
Yeah.
And whatever else is on a couple mechanicals. But, no, I mean, I buy physical copies like Destiny 2. I have a physical copy on PC, Xbox One, and on PlayStation 4 because I love it. I love Destiny. And I bought the collector's edition?
Yeah.
The collector's edition for the PC just because I enjoy the game. But yeah, digital, in my opinion, is absolutely the way to go. You don't have to worry about anything. Oh, the disc is scratched. Not going to play anymore. I can't really do it with digital.
Well, the
No.
one thing about digital that really throws me off is everyone says when the cloud decides, kaput and go. But the thing is, I have all my external hard drive. I don't see any issue at this point.
Yeah, they're going to give you a warning if it's going to shut down,
Yeah.
so you can download everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, like we said, the biggest problem.
That's not true because there are games that disappear off of stores within a day.
Yeah,
Scott Pilgrim versus the
WWE
World was like-
2009 or WWE09.
Yeah.
No, they did actually give a warning.
Pilgrim versus the
13.
World. That the morning it disappeared, they were like, "This game will be removed at the end of the day on Steam," and then by midday you couldn't buy that game
Oh
anymore.
wow.
It happens with games, so like I get why the digital's easy, but pretending like you have a backup plan, you really don't, because you don't know what these companies are going to do. You don't know if they're going to allow you to play their game. Like Activision's such a crappy company, I could see them putting patches in the games that don't let you play it anymore when they shut down the server.
That's why I was so glad Activision pulled away from Bungie for Destiny.
Well, again,
So happy about that.